Hello and welcome to this video with me, Actor Thomas. Now today I want to do a little video about the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Now you may, a couple of years ago, heard that they were going to do a film called The Inhumans, meant to be released November 2018. And when I heard this I was very excited because the Inhumans have always been quite an interesting group of characters for me in Marvel Comics. So, when they announced, unfortunately it had been put back to an unconfirmed date, I was disappointed. I won't lie, I was disappointed about that. I thought it was a great shame that these characters had been knocked back. But they have come and released some information. Now, what they are actually going to do is they are making a Marvel Inhumans television show for ABC in association with IMAX. And what's going to happen is there are going to be 8 episodes in this series, and the first 2 episodes are going to be merged together to make a film, which will be shown for a short period of time in IMAX cinemas all the way around the world. And then, after that, a couple of weeks after it's finished being shown in IMAX cinemas, they will be re-shown on TV with the other 4 episodes of The Inhumans. And I think this is brilliant. I think you are getting the best of both worlds. You get to meet the royal family of the Inhumans, so Black Bolt, Medusa, Maximus the Mad, all of these other characters, Lockjaw as well. It'd be superb to see him in live action. So, of course, they introduced other Inhumans on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and everything like that, and they were brilliant. But obviously, because of the comics, the Inhumans are the royal family, and they're the real ones you want to see. So that's what I'm really looking forward to. Now, going on to other Marvel news, there are 2 other things that I want to talk to you about. One is I and a few friends have been talking over the last few years since the release of Ant-Man, the film Ant-Man, and we have said that it's superb, that Ant-Man was a great film, and the fact that it's getting a sequel, Ant-Man and the Wasp, which obviously will be more about that double act of Ant-Man and the Wasp working together in the modern day with some Avengers most likely. But one thing that I wanted to see, and a few of my friends have already said, would be they would love to see the original Ant-Man and the Wasp, Hank Pym and Janet Van Dyne, back in the 70s and the 80s, doing their missions for S.H.I.E.L.D. And we would love it. I would love that. And obviously it wouldn't be worthwhile a film, because I don't think it would be quite necessary, and I don't think it would be really important enough to do it. But I did have a suggestion, and if this would happen, I would probably be very, very happy and probably faint. But hi-ho. My suggestion was a retired Hank Pym is sitting at home with his daughter Hope and his young assistant Darren Cross, and they are talking, and they ask Hank about, can you tell us about one of your missions, one of the Ant-Man missions? And he's sitting, and he just tells them this story, and it kind of goes into a flashback, and you see it from the idea of, you start off in S.H.I.E.L.D. headquarters with Howard Stark or Peggy Carter or some other high up agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. giving them this mission. They travel over there, they do what they have to do, they shrink down, they fight, they pick up whatever piece of science malarkey that they need to pick up, or whatever, some kind of weapon or whatever it may be, and get it back to S.H.I.E.L.D. And that's it. And that's every week. You see the different missions. It may only be, say, one series, and it may only have 15 episodes, something like that, but you have actual proof. But obviously, I know you've got some tie-in comics and things like that, and that's very interesting. But you want to see it live action, of course you do. That's what you really want. So that's what I would love. The other thing I want to talk to, secondly, is this talk about Fox and Marvel having conversations about Marvel getting the X-Men and Fantastic Four into the MCU. Now, just to get my point across here, I do not want the X-Men in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I do not. I would like the Fantastic Four in the MCU. That's what I want, but not the X-Men. So, Fox, you can keep the X-Men and do whatever you want to them, because you're doing a great job. Really, not. But just give us back the Fantastic Four. I have a brilliant suggestion about how to introduce the Fantastic Four into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. In a few weeks' time, when we do our video about my casting for the Inhumans television series, I will give you an idea of my story behind the Fantastic Four being introduced into the MCU. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I shall see you next time. Goodbye!